Okay, so something nice that we want to say about the site, someone?
We can play the DVD straight off.
I'd say that again.
We can play the DVD straight off.
Okay, so you're feeling inspired to want to watch the video.
Well, I don't want to take 5 steps.
Okay. You're not sure that you want 5 steps. You want it to be simpler than that. Okay, I might agree with you there. Anything else that you want to say nice about the site?
I like the counter on the side.
What's that?
The counter on the right-hand side.
The counter on the side. Yeah, what that says is that you're not the first. There's people that came before you. That's always nice. You're part of the crowd. Here's my concern with this site right away. Well, first of all, let me say something nice. You can never go wrong with really cute kids. So that it's just an adorable photo, and it looks like the video probably starts off really adorable as well. But here's my concern is, I'm looking at this site. I gave it 10 seconds. I've actually given it longer than 10 seconds, and I have no idea what 40-hour famine is. I don't know what I'm in for. Now, if I'm really interested, I'm going to go and I'm going to look further. But what it's immediately saying is that I have to register, and I still don't know what it is. So what am I registering for? So that's my immediate concern here. So let's take a look at more of the site here. So the first step is to register and set up your personal fundraising page. My concern here is that you haven't made a case for why I would do that. So unless this is something that is not really a public site, this is something that is part of an ongoing program, this is something that's offered to donors that already have a relationship, I think it's an example of a site that jumps ahead of the public. In other words, we're so wrapped up in this wonderful concept of 40-hour famine that we forget to tell people what it is. So what is it that I'm doing? What am I registering for? How can I help you? It may be something intensely clever, but unless it's backed up with a very large public education campaign that by the time I come to the website I've already seen it elsewhere and I already know what it is, then I've missed the opportunity to make a case for this is what it is and this is why you should register. So you'll just have to help me out. Is this such a big brand and such a big name that nobody would ever question what it is? Everybody knows what it is. Okay, so which is fine. If that's the case, then you don't have to go crazy with the education with it because everybody knows what it is. So how do I?
He's reduced the. Now he's got it.
Okay, so if I go to the how do I famine, this tells a little bit about what it is and how you're doing, and then you register for it, where the money goes, youth ambassadors, downloads. What I'm not seeing here is contact us content, which would concern me a little bit because I suppose what I have to do is go over to World Vision, okay, which that does not work. Okay, so I'm not. So again, for you always want to stop and think for those who are not in the know. Unless that's all you care about. In other words, if you're not in the in crowd, you don't need to come. Because that's what this feels a little bit like. Is if you're in the know and you already know, then just come and do your thing, and that's what you should do. And it's a beautiful site, and it probably does a very good job with that. But if you're looking to build a broader audience, if you're looking to make the case, it's not doing that. It doesn't draw me in to say what this is. I'm guessing that this is maybe a microsite for a fundraising campaign where I'm pledging to feast or famine for 40 days or 40 hours or 40 hours, okay. So what I'm saying is I'm not going to eat for 40 hours. I'm going to pledge what I would have spent, maybe. And that's just because I have a creative mind, but not because I'm getting it from the site. Whose site is this? Okay. Is that the case? That I'm pledging 40 hours?
You're a participant, you give up 40 hours and people donate to you.
People donate to you to not eat?
Or not go on Facebook or not ride the bus or...
Oh, so you're not going to do something? So
anything. Anything.
Anything?
Almost.
Okay.
That's important to you.
So I can famine for something, but it's not necessarily food.
That's right.
Okay. I can say I'm not going to get out of bed for 40 hours.
Yeah, essentially.
Because that's probably what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back.
Looking back here, I'm getting a little surprised that you can do anything for 40 hours. I didn't know that. Even though I know of the campaign, it's very well known, but I didn't know you could give up anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and there you go. I mean, it's well known, but I think most people would assume that it has something to do with food, which is fine. But I think the site falls down on itself in that if you're in the know and you want to do it, then you can go and do that. But is that enough people? Or should the site actually be more accessible to immediately for sort of the, the unwashed among us to be able to come to the site and say, okay, maybe I've heard about it, but I don't really know what it is. And even the people that are here didn't know what you just said and that I could give up anything. Because, there may be a lot of people who would do the pledge me to not get out of bed for 40 hours. Right? Especially if the food's going to be brought to me, I don't actually have to give up food. That's a pretty good deal. So I think the site on its own has a lot of problems and really could do much better. 5,565 people is impressive, but this is not a small country. I would think that you would want the numbers to be many multiples of that. And part of it is how much of a budget do you have to promote this outside of being able to come to the site. So I think the site really does need to stand on its own. There's no contact us information, so again, unless I really know what I'm doing, there's nobody for me to call, there's no physical address for me to know where you are. If I didn't know the name World Vision is connected to this, well, see how small it is all the way down here at the bottom? I mean, I've really got to come and find that information. If I did not know World Vision, I would be concerned that this is a scam site because I didn't see the contact us information. Now, the contact us information is extensive, but there's no reason why that's not right up at the top and easy for someone to find. And very clearly, what we're seeing over here, the site that we were asked to look at, is in fact a microsite from World Vision. It's not the World Vision site itself. So does that help you? Because I think it's a wonderful concept. It's obviously one that would sell well, but I think it's one that could really be done a lot better.
Yep.
All right. Next one.
That's all in.